Today is part 2 of our wonderful, exciting, and unexpected Belize sailing vacation. Welcome to Adulting with Assets, where we learn how to manage money responsibly and with confidence. Today, we're talking about when life went wrong, I had a choice: heal or worry. I'm Lisa Marie. A few weeks ago, I was sailing in Belize on what was supposed to be an incredible vacation. Beautiful water, beautiful boat, people I love, the kind of trip many people dream about. And if you saw the pictures, you might think, wow, she's lucky. But what happened next reminded me why financial stability matters so much. Financial peace isn't tested when life is going well. It's tested when life goes wrong. Around midnight on the 5th day of the trip, I woke up in excruciating pain. At first, I thought it might be food poisoning. We had gotten off the boat that day. A few hours later, I knew it wasn't. I looked at my husband and I said, I need a hospital. The problem was, we were 6 hours from land. There was no quick trip to urgent care. There was no calling an ambulance. There was only a long ride back to land while the pain continued to get worse. By the time we reached the dock, I had been in severe pain for nearly 10 hours. I couldn't even get off the boat. 6 men surrounded me so they could literally catch me as I fell into their arms, and they carried me to shore. Fortunately, the team at Belize Sailing Vacations was absolutely incredible. They called ahead. They knew exactly where to take us. They sent us to a private hospital. Within 10 minutes of arriving at the hospital, I had an IV, pain meds, and a medical team working to figure out what was wrong. And that's when something hit me. As scared as I was, I only had to worry about my health. I didn't have to worry about money. I didn't have to ask, how are we going to pay for this? Can we afford the treatment? Should we wait? What if my credit cards are maxed out? I had money available. I had options. Within 7 hours, I was in surgery. Scar tissue from a surgery years ago had attached to my colon and was twisting, and surgery was necessary. For 3 hours, a skilled surgeon worked to undo damage caused by scar tissue. While I was under anesthesia, she carefully released the adhesions and returned my intestines to where they were supposed to be, inside of me, not outside. What followed was 5 days in a Belize hospital. And here's something that surprised me. The care was extraordinary. The nurses were kind. The staff was attentive. The surgeon was exceptional. In fact, she became someone I generally admire and consider a friend. People often say, never go to a hospital outside the United States. My experience taught me not to judge a book by its cover. The care I received was some of the best I've ever experienced. But the biggest lesson wasn't medical. It was financial. You see, private hospitals require payment up front. And I couldn't stop thinking, what if I had maxed out my credit cards to take this trip? What if I'd spent every dollar trying to look successful? What if I had no emergency savings? What if I had no available credit? What choices would I have had? Would I have delayed treatment? Would I have received the same care? Would I have spent those hours terrified about my health and my finances? You see, money is not just about what it buys. Money is about options. Money is about choices. Money is about reducing fear. Money is about knowing that when life throws something unexpected at you, you are able to respond. At one point, my husband generally thought he might lose me. My feet were turning blue. My lips were yellow. Neither of us knew what was going to happen next. It was scary. It was frightening. But because we had prepared financially over the years, we were able to focus on the only thing that mattered: getting me healthy. That's what delayed gratification provides. not fancy cars, not designer handbags, not showing off. It provides peace. It provides choices. It provides the ability to handle emergencies without panic. This trip didn't go as planned. In fact, it became one of the most unexpected experiences of my life. But because of decades of saving, planning, and making responsible decisions, I was able to heal instead of worry. And that's the lesson I want you to remember. Financial security isn't about being rich. It's about creating enough margin in your life that when the unexpected happens, you can focus on the problem, not on how you're going to pay for the problem, because one day life will surprise us. And when it does, your savings becomes more important than just money. A medical emergency put my life on hold. Financial preparation kept my fear from taking over. While my body healed, my finances stay strong. And because of that, I had the choice to heal instead of worry. My savings became peace. It became options. It became freedom. The true value of money isn't what it can buy on your best day. It's the peace it provides on your worst day. And that's why wealth isn't built in moments. It's built in habits. Take what fits, leave the rest. And if something here helps you avoid even one hard lesson, it's worth it. That's Adulting with Assets. And I'm really glad you're here. I'll see you next week. And don't forget, your future is watching.